There are a lot of great things happening for students and adults at the Charleston County Public Library throughout the summer and into the fall. I talked one-on-one with the Executive Director of the Charleston County Public Library, Angela Craig, for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. Angela Craig, welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Hi, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing just great. Needless to say, you are the Executive Director of the Charleston County Public Library System. So, summer's about to end and falls are going to begin with students going back to school. So, what's new, what's now with the Charleston County Public Library System?
Well, you know, we still have a few precious days of summer left. Our summer reading program, which has been phenomenal throughout the summer, all 18 of our library locations have been participating in it, and it actually officially ends on August 15th. You still have up until then to pick up prizes, and we might have a few prizes left over even after that deadline. So do please, if you haven't collected your prizes, just go in there and see what we got. It is first come, first serve, but we have some wonderful prizes, t-shirts and tickets. Now, something very exciting. On, let's see, Saturday, August 17th, that is the River Dogs baseball game. And if you have your River Dogs ticket that you got with summer reading, you can attend that. And I'm actually throwing out the first pitch. I'm very excited about that. I'm very nervous. I've been practicing. I do not want to bring shame to the house of the public library, so I have been practicing. But yes, if you have received your River Dogs ticket for library night, it's so much fun. What people do is they usually wear their library t-shirt that they wore, which is great. And so you have to have your summer reading ticket, but that is on August 17th at 5 p.m. We hope to see you there.
Oh, awesome.
We also have, as you know, school is starting next Tuesday for many folks, CCSD and other schools. So we will, for the next 2 months in August and September, around our 18 library locations, have back-to-school bashes, after-school tutoring, things like that. All the things that we had during the school year, we will be rebooting. One of our most favorite programs is the Volunteer program. Now, that program is open now, applications from August 1st to the 31st. There are 12 library locations participating, and the Volunteers, you need to be in middle school up to high school. And we have also the Friends of the Library participating, and the Poe Library for the first time is participating, along with Bees Ferry, Baxter Patrick, Dart, Dorchester, Johns Island, Keith Summey, Maine, Mount Pleasant, St. Paul, Hollywood, West Ashley, and Wando. If you are accepted, and it is an application process, and you do have to interview, you would be with us from September 21st to December 13th. You get to earn service credit hours, and we help you with things like resume building and workforce development so that you can put that on your college applications. We love our workforce development and educational success. So those are some of our things happening in the summer and fall.
Oh, wow, that is really amazing. And as on a personal note, and a disclaimer, I love the Wando Mount Pleasant Library. When I used to work at the restaurant group, I would go out there to work and then stop in and go to that library. Just an amazing library.
Oh, yeah. It's a little universe unto itself. Absolutely.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Angela, you talk about obviously the workforce development and helping those kids develop, their resumes and get ready for the real world out here. What is trending? What do teens need right now from a library perspective?
You know, we love to help teens with technology, and we know that AI, artificial intelligence, is one of the things that kids and adults and everyone is grappling with right now. We actually have an internal AI work group that we have library staff that are very engaged with AI and also using AI and making it an effective tool. We are not experts by any means, but we actually use what our patrons bring in as test questions, and we try to apply that with other patrons. We know with the start of the school year that kids are heading back to school, and they're probably using AI to help them write all manner of things. And so one of the things that a librarian can help you with is, if you're going to use AI, let's learn how to use it appropriately, that it is the tool, that you don't want to use it to fabricate a whole paper, that you can use it to help generate an outline, that you can even use it to do some research, but that AI can actually hallucinate and make up things. And so if you're going to use it to cite something like a paper, you need to actually make sure those citations are real and not an AI fabrication or hallucination. And so that's something that we as a library staff have been aware of. I don't think we have any formal programs around it right now, but that we were just using that as a best practice. we also have, a lot of adult students that are coming back, and so we're happy to help you with research, to help you log on to Blackboard or whatever program that you're using for school. We do have laptops that you can check out. I don't think a lot of people know that. We have desktops you can use right there in the library. We actually have laptops you can check out and use in the branch, but we also have laptops and Wi-Fi devices you can check out and then take home for 2 weeks. And if you go to any one of your library locations, we can help you check out those with your library card.
Wow, that is really, really amazing. So when it comes to AI, how many of those services are adults using versus the children?
Oh, I'm sorry, could you repeat that question?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry about that. As far as AI and the library's initiatives in regards to that, how many people are using that? Is it more children versus adults, or adults versus children?
That's a great question. Actually, it's widespread. I think AI is everywhere, and I think people are using AI without even knowing it. If you go into a search engine right now, it even has a little AI, hey, let me help you find stuff. So whether you know it or not, you are using AI. And so, yes, the youth are using it, kids are using it, everyone's using it. And so it's something that we know, it's a tool. We're trying to figure out, how are our patrons using it, our public, and how can we using it both internally and help our patrons externally. So like I said, we don't have any formal programs just yet, but we have been working internally as a staff to how to be a resource for the public when they come to us with questions.
And I know obviously the library is constantly changing and keeping up with the growth here in the Low Country. Do you anticipate, Angela, that the library will actually create an AI department?
That's a great question. I think that we are definitely going to continue to have integration of AI into our workflow. I think everyone is working on that. Where it is appropriate, where you can use it, with your technologies and also programs. We have every day patrons coming in asking us, how to use AI, or is it appropriate, or how can I be more effective with it? Or they're using it and they don't understand that AI just generates or fabricates or hallucinates, and the things that AI might give to you is not a real article, not a real citation, not even a real picture. People are duped all the time. They are actually really good. The AI, whatever it is, generated music, pictures, citations. And so we as information specialists are working very hard to help people discern that. It'll catch us sometimes too. And so the more that we work with it and practice it, the more effective we become with it.
How many of your employees are actually trained with AI, and how many more do you want to train with AI?
That's a good question. I believe the AI work group is probably about 30 30 staff members. We don't make anyone do it. We have them sign up internally. And I think that a lot of staff are exploring it on their own. And that's why we put out an all call asking for, how are you using AI? What are you familiar with? What are you comfortable with? What types of questions are the patrons coming in and asking? Yes, is it youth? Is it adults? Is it a mixture? And how can we better prepare ourselves internally for that? So we've done a lot of internal professional development with that. And there's a lot of different platforms beyond ChatGPT that people are using. Like I said, you can go into the Google search engine right now, and there's an AI component, and it just pulls up, whether you want it to or not, on everything. And so we are trying to figure out a way to wrap our arms around it and to be effective with it. By being realistic, it's part of our lives now, so we need to figure out how to use it.
Oh, absolutely. And as far as professional development, what other platforms do you want to use for both your patrons and your staff members?
That's a great question. I think that they are constantly evolving. I know Microsoft has one. All the big computer platforms have been developing their own. I know that platforms like Canva and other things, for images, and other places like they have AI components. Grammarly will actually do AR writing for you, and a lot of the and that's what, coming back to students, you can, yes, pay a fee, and you can put your paper into a website like Grammarly and put in generative AI. But the problem is that, is it actually spitting out something that is coherent? Does it make sense? Is it properly cited? It can maybe check your grammar appropriately, but again, you really need to have that human eye, and you need to know as a writer, as the author, how to actually write and generate and edit. It's just a tool. It's not the final tool you need to use.
Oh, absolutely. What other tools that you and your staff have to basically hone in on these things that are actually red flags when it comes to AI?
That is something I wish I knew more. I'm not an AI expert. I know that this is something that is constantly evolving, and that I am not at all surprised or shocked that pretty much everyone is using it, whether they are aware of it or not. And it actually is an effective tool, again, with workflow and in your everyday task. And so if you are aware of it and you know how to channel it and be effective with it, I think it can really help your workday. It helps, as us as librarians, help our patrons. But yeah, we are constantly having to learn about it, and it is technology that's moving very quickly. So there are staff members that are very well versed in it, and I'm glad that they are, because they can, with the work group, help with those best practices.
Oh, absolutely. And speaking of, work moving, flowing a whole lot, Charleston's growing a lot as well. So what plan do you have now to basically move the library system forward for the next 5 to 10 years?
Yes, we do have our strategic plan that is launching. Our strategic plan focuses on our 5 service areas of literacy, workforce development, educational success, community engagement, and equity. We will be sending out surveys and also have focus groups working with the Riley Center, where we are going to be asking the public what types of library programs they would like to see, as well as what they would like to see in collection development. And so there will be in-person focus groups, but then also that will probably be more far-reaching is the online survey that will be available. And we have things broken down into about 10 different subgroups where, we're looking at different interests. We're looking at school groups, we're looking at families, we're looking at rural areas, we're looking at different demographics to make sure that, if you are part of our community, we want to make sure you're reflected in our collection and reflected in our programs.
Collection development. Which library needs that the most, and how soon can they get that?
Oh, so collection development is actually widespread. It is our entire system. It's how we purchase all of our books.
Okay.
It's our library collection.
Oh.
So we want to make sure that the public sees themselves in our books. And so whenever we are purchasing books, we want to make sure that we're purchasing, not just the New York Times bestseller, but, books that appeal to every different type of person.
A better question, Angela, is this. I'm probably getting ahead of myself, and I want to let the Riley Center take care of that on its own. But what exactly are the patrons' wants and needs right now?
It is very diverse, actually. It depends on, demographic, age, background, if you're a parent, if you're not a parent. We have found that there is a growing and a wonderful demographic of adults without kids, that they come to our library programs, they participate in summer reading, they are checking out our books, and they are our online e-readers, and, also using our databases. And that's something that some libraries have not seen a growth in, but we have. We have also seen a huge surge in our ebook collection readers, where it's not just coming in and checking out physical books. If you have the Libby app, and if you don't know about the Libby app, download the Libby app. It is wonderful. It's on all the platforms for your iPhone, for Android, whatever. And you put in your library card, and you spend an active library card, and then you can have access to our Libby app catalog for children's, teen, and adult. So we're very excited about that. And so we actually also have users that are completely virtual. They never actually come into the library other than to verify their address. And then after that, they just download ebooks, and that's about it.
Wow. Okay. Now, how many e-readers do you currently have, and how many more do you want to recruit for this particular initiative?
So we, patron-wise, I don't have the exact numbers, but I know it's a lot. I think that e-readers, people who exclusively read on, online, or that are downloading, is almost overtaking people who check out books. Like if it is a diagram, we are almost parallel between those different types of readers. So people still love physical books; they're checking out the physical books, but we definitely have people who all they do is they download our audiobooks, they download our ebooks on their e-readers, and that's all they check out. They don't actually check out physical books.
Wow. How do you adjust?
Yeah, that is where, work groups like our AI work group, we have other work groups where we just have staff that are always very talented. I have a wonderful group of staff members, and, we really listen to our patrons, and we really listen to what it is that they want to see from us, which is why, working with the Riley Center for Community Engagement, talking about what does the public want to see in programs, what do they want to see in the books that we purchase is so important because that changes over time. You just talked about how we're having an influx of people moving into Charleston County as well as we're expanding. And so we can't just keep, buying the same things we always have. We can't just keep doing the same things we always have. If people want it, we will continue to do it, but it's always good to grow and to try new things. And so that's why we love to reach out to the public. We love to, work with partners like the Riley Center, because that way it's third party. It's not us, getting the data internally. They are actually impartial, and they're able to hand it to us, and we can figure out what it is the public wants to see and hear from us, which is great.
Oh, absolutely. How many books do you plan to purchase this year?
That I don't know. I know that it is a constant evolution of purchasing books, putting them on the shelf, and then also we weed books as well, and that means that if a book hasn't circulated in a while, if it isn't being checked out, then we will remove it, we will weed it, and we will donate it to an organization, or it will be respectfully recycled, because the life cycle of a book will only go so far, and then after a while, it's like if the book isn't being checked out or used, we do have a program for that too. So it's definitely in the thousands of books that we purchase, as well as what we circulate as well. Actually, I believe we circulated well over 3 million books last fiscal year. I think it is over 3 million books.
Oh my! Oh God! And I remember my earlier days at the Charleston County Public Library, particularly down the street, the main libraries, as a stalker. So I remember shelving those books a lot.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. We we have self-check and things like that, so it'll be a lot more easier for you now, Quintin. A lot more easier.
A lot more easier. I bet it is. What more initiatives do you have in place for that, as far as self-checkup?
Our self-checkout is working really well. We have the RFID tags on every single item. And then, we also have the automated handling. So if you go to any of our 5 new library locations, you can put it in there. That's so much fun. And that really helps us get our books sorted and back to their locations much faster. And so we also have something really cool. We have what's called a wand, where you can walk through and you can wand a shelf of books, and you can see, if it actually belongs there, has been misshelved or things like that. And so again, it helps with shelving, it helps with getting the books off the shelf.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Well, I hope I can get you back on in the next 6 months so we can talk about more things that are being planned for the winter with the public library. But for now, Angela Craig, Executive Director of the Charleston County Public Library, thank you for your time. And again, welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you. Have a good rest of your day, Quintin. Always good talking with you.
Likewise.